Hey, Matt.
Hey, Craig. How are you today?
Let me ask the questions around here. What are you thankful for?
Oh, everything.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Just everything. Good, the bad, all of it.
Yeah, give it to me.
That's very zen of you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm thankful for our Topic Town intro.
Mm-hmm.
And that just happened.
That's it?
Yeah, that's all. It's actually really sad.
Why are we thankful for things?
Because here in the United States and in several other countries, not every country.
No.
There are other countries celebrating on this day, I think.
On this day? I'm not sure.
Maybe
I know that the United States does. Canada does it earlier than us.
Yes. Well, we're celebrating Thanksgiving.
Yep.
And,
or as I like to call it, Turkey Day.
Turkey Day. You do?
Because that's the star of Thanksgiving, the turkey.
In other situations, do you normally eat the star of things?
Yeah.
Like, you go to a basketball game, and when Michael Jordan's done playing,
it's
my only athlete I know about.
I'm not that into sports, but I assume that's what happens when the game is over.
Okay, let's move on from that.
But so the turkey, the star of Thanksgiving, it's a bird.
Yeah.
And I think you've heard the story that Benjamin Franklin wanted the turkey to be the national bird. Not in the United States, we have the national bird as the bald eagle.
Right.
But Benjamin Franklin, one of our forefathers, wanted the turkey.
Yeah. Thanks, Dad. I did hear that, but why, Matt? Why?
Well, he didn't like the bald eagle, and when I was looking into it, actually, he didn't really ever advocate the turkey as being the national bird.
So that's a lie.
He just didn't like. There's a letter he wrote to his daughter where he complained about the bald eagle being the choice. Because he didn't like the bald eagle. He thought the bald eagle it had bad moral character. Because he thought of it as a scavenger, it would steal food, things like that.
One time I invited a bald eagle over to watch TV. It took the remote.
Really?
Yeah.
It took the remote. And it wouldn't let you watch your own shows, it would only watch its shows.
Rude.
But the reason he started talking about the turkey was because some people were complaining about the bald eagle because they thought it looked like a turkey. And Ben Franklin didn't think that was an insult because he thought the turkey was a much more noble creature than the bald eagle, and he thought it would be a better national symbol than the bald eagle.
Did he explain why it would be it's a more noble creature?
Because I think the thing is wild turkeys.
Yeah.
I think the problem here is that we often think of wild turkeys and then the turkeys that are domesticated. And wild turkeys I think are actually pretty smart animals. And they look kind of weird, but they've got a certain nobility to them. They've got plumage, things like that. While domestic turkeys are pretty dumb and ugly, and they really smell if you've ever been near a turkey farm. So I think he saw the wild turkey and he was like, "That's a good animal."
So
that's
plumage equals nobility.
Yeah, it looked nice, and it.
Would you say we have plumage?
I guess this could be plumage.
Yeah, I feel plumed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. To me, the turkey is not a noble creature, but I guess I don't see the turkey in the wild very often.
Yeah, I think that's the problem, is that we associate it too much with the stupid domestic turkeys.
Yeah. Well, so he advocated for it, but what happened?
He didn't advocate for it. He just, in that letter, said, because the bald eagle was being compared to a turkey, he was just basically saying that it wasn't an insult to call, to compare the bald eagle to a turkey, because the turkey is a good animal and would make a better national symbol. But he never publicly voiced his opposition to the bald eagle.
So he basically just wrote a letter.
He just wrote a letter.
There's a lot of rumors swirling around about Benjamin Franklin over the years, but I'm glad you dispelled. I mean, what do people think? They think that he advocated for it to be. He loved.
Well, I think that's the story. Is that he went around telling people that the turkey should be the national. And I don't think that doesn't sound like what he did.
He basically just wrote a letter.
He was just talking to his daughter.
And anytime anyone tells you something Benjamin Franklin did, just assume he just wrote a letter.
Yeah, he was just.
It's not that big a deal.
Off the cuff.
Electricity. He wrote a letter about. He drew a lightning bolt on a piece of paper.
Yeah, well, and I think there is a myth to that too. I don't think he actually
tying the key to the kite thing.
Yeah, I think that's a myth, right?
It seems like it would be a myth to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what to believe anymore.
I don't know. I'm just thinking about drunk history.
Yeah. Yeah, that's where I get most of my history.
They were talking about how he thought the sun actually did it because Ben Franklin was a jerk to his son. Anyway, this is going to be turned into Thanksgiving myth busting.
Okay, what else
because
we got?
We got tryptophan we're going to talk about. Because we got a playlist coming up about sleep.
We do.
And
we're working on it right now.
This tryptophan, which is this chemical in turkey meat that supposedly puts people to sleep.
Yeah.
You've heard of it.
I've heard of it, but I've also heard that that's not true.
Yes.
Is that what you're going to tell me?
That is not true.
Yeah, okay. Isn't tryptophan in many foods?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It's not. There's not more of it in turkey meat than any other meat. And it's more likely that the carbohydrate-rich food that goes with the turkey, like potatoes or whatever, is more likely to put you to sleep than the turkey itself and the alcohol that you drink on.
Basically, the alcohol and a lot of food. I mean, if you're too young to drink alcohol, don't drink alcohol.
Yeah.
But all that food is what's putting you to sleep mainly.
Yeah, a relaxed atmosphere.
But tryptophan does have the ability to sedate you, doesn't it?
Yeah, but it's not as powerful as just eating all the carbohydrates.
Yeah, I mean, this myth has been going around for a long time, and also the fact that it isn't a myth has been going around. But still, doesn't matter if the knowledge is out there that it is a myth. It still persists. When you go talk to your family, they're gonna say, "Oh, that tryptophan, it's putting me to sleep." Just slap them in the face and don't slap them in the face, but tell them that they are wrong and point them to this video.
It's all the alcohol you're drinking, Grandma.
But warn them that they're going to have to sit through some bullcrap about Benjamin Franklin first before we just, without any sources, we just tell you that it's not true. Yeah. We should put some sources into the links below.
Okay. We'll put the sources in there.
In the doobly-doo. Okay. What else you got?
And that's basically it. That's all the myths of Thanksgiving.
What are you going to do for Thanksgiving, Matt?
I am going to eat some turkey and some carbohydrate-rich food and fall asleep. Maybe I guess there'll probably be a football game, maybe. And I assume when that's over, they're going to eat the player.
Yeah, I'm actually real excited about Friday, the new trailer for the new Star Wars movie.
I'm really excited about that too.
That's what I'm more excited about than. Well, I'm going to Kentucky and I'm seeing China's family down there, my fiance, and that's going to be fun. But my car just got stuck in a hole in Chicago, so we have to rent a car. And renting a car on the most traveled day in the U.S. all year, not cheap, not easy. So I had to do that. So I'm thankful for that. Yeah. But
thank your lucky stars.
I'm looking forward to seeing them and eating a lot of food, a lot of tryptophan. We actually drink tryptophan. It's a Kentucky tradition.
Yeah, synthesized into its pure form.
Mm-hmm. I put a little Kentucky bourbon in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, tryptophan whiskey.
Yeah.
Trypto whiskey.
Yeah. Yep. I'm trying to come up with a name for the cocktail. I'll think of one, maybe. And then sleep, and then watch Star Wars trailer the next day, all day.
I think it's supposed to be 88 seconds long.
Yep. I'm not going to get my hopes up too high since they've just finished shooting Star Wars. How can they have a trailer already? It's not... It can't be what the final film is going to be. It can't. It's too soon.
It's also too short.
It's too short. It'll probably be like just images. Just like JPEGs.
Still images that they got off of Google image search.
Yeah.
And it'll be like sort of panning and zooming in.
So what is this video going to be called? 2 myths about Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
We've done 2. We have any other myths? Are there other myths about Thanksgiving?
I was looking into the history of Thanksgiving, and it's pretty murky on what all happened in Thanksgiving. So I didn't really want to get into it just because it was too hard to tell, like, why it's happening on. It's like, what is it, the second to last Thursday that it happens on?
Yeah.
Apparently it used to be the last Thursday.
Or is it the third Thursday?
I don't know. When is Thanksgiving?
I think it's either the third Thursday. I think it's the third Thursday. So maybe not. Maybe it is the second to last. I thought it was always the third
Thursday.
Hey, Craig from the future here.
And Matt.
We are just interrupting briefly to let you know that we're idiots.
Yeah. It's not the third Thursday
of November. It is the fourth Thursday of November.
Definitely the fourth Thursday.
We don't even know our own country's holidays, and we're idiots.
All right, bye.
Just go with it.
See you.
Bye. Yeah.
Because it used to be the last Thursday.
Yeah.
But Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
I've heard
changed
of him.
it to allow a longer shopping season.
It's probably a communist plot
during the Great Depression.
Yeah.
They wanted to have like basically an extra week of shopping because you can't shop until after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, and now we shop a lot.
Mm-hmm.
That really worked. Mm-hmm. That really, I'm scared, Matt. I'm scared about shopping. I'm not going to go shopping.
People were angry about him changing the day of Thanksgiving because it ruined a lot of people's Thanksgiving plans.
Yeah,
and that year that he did it, some people continued to just celebrate it on the last Thursday. Well, and a lot of states didn't change for many years.
It makes sense. I mean, if you want to take off work to go see your family, but everyone else has to still work, that doesn't, I'd be a little upset about that. Change is hard sometimes.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's for the best, and you just got to suck it up.
Yeah.
It'll be awkward for a little while, and then it'll work out.
But I think something we could take away from this is that the date that Thanksgiving falls on is pretty arbitrary as far as I can tell because you can move it around and it's no reason. That's
true. but it's important that everybody has it on the same day in the country because as far as employment goes.
Yeah.
You need to all agree on a day.
Yeah, but if it's all like Canada, they can do it whenever they want. Mm-hmm. When did they do it in October?
Yeah, they do. No?
Or is it September?
Yeah, it is. I think they do it before us. Do they? Tell us. I was in Canada.
I think
last year for Canadian Thanksgiving, and I don't even remember.
I'm pretty sure it's before us.
Okay. Well, how are you celebrating your Thanksgiving? What are you thankful for?
Or maybe you already celebrated it, or you never celebrated it in your life because you don't live in Canada.
You don't live in or the United States. Are we the only countries that have? We should have known this before we started. We're going to be accused of not doing research in the comments.
This was about 2 myths.
2 myths. Yeah, that's all we cared about. So, that is all. Thank you for watching. And we're going to try to get these out at least once a week. Mm-hmm. Maybe next Wednesday. How's that for confidence? Okay. Sam, do you want to say goodbye?
Gobble, gobble.
Surprise ending. Sam was here all along. Bye.